Hello and welcome to Here Are Games. Today we are playing SimCity, trying to take a little bit of a different tact here. I've been doing a lot of sort of intermittent play sessions of different games without getting too far into them, so we're going to try and do something that's a little bit more sustained. Let's just try this, yeah? Maybe we'll set a goal of 20,000 people or making 100,000 simoleons a day in this. I grew up with SimCity. This installment is pretty good on the whole. I have no serious complaints, and I've never really tried something goal-oriented. I usually just try to get as much as possible and have that bustling metropolis that isn't so possible in this variant. So let's see. We're going to try something small. I guess Cape Trinity is not too bad because we want to try and be productive here. Sunrunner Bay. Let's do one with 3 cities. How about that? Even though I don't plan to play all of them, so I guess Cape Trinity it is. Next, name region. We'll do Camtopia. Camtopia. There we go. Because I can spell. Private. We don't want no jokers. Sandbox mode. I don't care too much. Camtopia. What is this? There we go. We'll do a ton of water, and we'll do a touristy type one, yeah? Now, this one has more land space. We'll do that. We can have some nice commercial and tourism on the side. It's claimed. We're not going to invite anybody. Just claimed. We're going to play. Start off with that 50 grand in simoleons. Like I said in my other playthroughs, I try to get everything, so I will start 4 or 5 cities, have one that just makes a ton of money, and then send it around to others while I work on universities and I get all the upgrades. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to start off really simple, some residential, try and avoid too much industrial because I like to keep the place as clean as possible, and then we'll go for some commercial. So here we are. Nice little space here. One of the things that I've seen in other people playing, at least people who are new to SimCity, is they don't start off with an avenue. We'll do 8 grand. Yes, it says draw a road, but people will start off just drawing a normal road instead of the avenue, so it really causes a lot of congestion, and it doesn't need to do that. 7 grand. Oh, there's a siren. Someone's being saved, and I owe the internet cookies. So we've already blown almost half of our cash without anything happening. We will throw... We'll have... Which way is the wind blowing? I'm not going to try and parse what I'm doing too much. I won't explain it too much, because this has been out for a couple of years already. Oh, wind is blowing that way, so we can have industrial maybe off in the corner over here. I'm not going to stop and explain what I'm doing too much because it's been out for a while. The series on the whole has been out for a couple of decades. So if anybody is new, there are plenty of places to learn and see tutorials. So we're just going to go ahead and start out of the gates swinging here with some residential to bring some people in. Mayor on a spending spree? Of course I am. Look, I've almost exhausted all of my cash. Out of my 50 grand, I've got just 15 grand left. Oh, what is this? Water already? Should have oodles and oodles and oodles of water. 17,000... I'm sorry, 1,700 kilogallons. Boom. We'll just do that. Which means we'll need some power soon. Wind is pretty strong, yeah? I don't like to cluster too much near the entrance. That creates a lot of traffic. So we will go ahead and... What is this? We will go ahead and put some utility here, because when you have a lot of industry or residential or cops and things like that... Oh, look, I've only got $3,800 left. How much is one of these? 5 grand. That's fine. I have no power. Do I have water yet? Water is pumping slowly. We've got a few houses. Let's see what's going on. Love that sound. For sale. Nice little showing off of the glass box engine here. I am a little bit disappointed that the Sims are so basic looking. But considering you're supposed to have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Sims at some point, I guess I can't complain too much for especially slower computers to try and render hundreds, we'll just say. Hundreds of Sims at one time is quite a bit, because they will step off of buses and trains and walk around and go from nightclubs to different areas. So, but as far as getting in there and seeing a lot of detail and that nice little miniature, what is this? Miniature aesthetic. Need some new wind power. Okay, welcome. See, power as your town grows, add more turbines. Yes, we are well aware. Someone over here, we need power, complaining. Good thing it is here already. I know, as soon as someone is employed, losing 63 simoleons an hour. We're going to go ahead and jump ahead. There we go. That's much better. Love that sound effect. Petition to build a town hall. Perfect. Got residential zoned in all of these places. We've got some commercial demand. So let's, we'll just do some along this road here. And then we will soon need some industry as well. Let's see, we will go ahead and drop down the town hall. We'll set it up on this side of the avenue. Right about there. It gives room for some improvements. Look at all those happy faces. Also because, let me see, industry is needed. Congratulations, Mayor, your hard work has paid off. Give the town a name. I will in just a moment. Oh, because I have this other thing in the way, it usurped what was going on. What is this? Reward Divine Intervention. I'm really enjoying life here in Clearwater. We have a vibrant, diverse city here. Okay. New temple, church, mosque, or modern temple. You can get some cash for it. I'll do it. Thank you very much. We needed some industry. Yes, I see this. Anyhow, with a lot of the governmental buildings in place, it will improve the land value. So I try and keep them clustered together when I know that I'll be putting a lot of housing or commercial around them, especially if I drop something like a school or a police station. These things generally improve the land value and make people feel safer. So I try to cluster all of that together for the highest land value, and then on the outskirts it can have the really crummy housing that people don't care too much about. And as we can see here, this already imparts a little bit. Power station is there, that's fine. But the way that wind power works, this road I can extend all the way out here and add the bigger turbines and things to generate more power, and it shouldn't affect too much. It won't create any pollution. I can put water out there, big deal, who cares. Probably won't put any trash out there. Who's this? No regrets. You won't regret this. Mayor, we have some reports of crazy guy, calls himself Dr. Vu. I pre-ordered this game, and as part of that I got the Maxis Man DLC. So Maxis Man, we have to bring him back. We need a bit of a bigger town in order to give him a proper home. I'll do it. Whenever that happens, we will have that happen. Or I will make that for him. As part of the pre-ordering, I was able to get the Maxis Man pack. There are smaller bits of DLC. There's like a hot air balloon pack or parks or something, and I'm not too interested in that. I've been looking at Cities of Tomorrow. Maybe I will be interested, but for the moment, for the purposes of this, I'm not too worried about it. Alright, we're going to slow it back down. We've almost got 10 grand. We were up to $1,300 simoleons an hour. We have high commercial demand and a little bit of industry. So let's drop some cops. Oh, it's raining. Alright. Let's see. We will... Because we're going to stick... Ooh, I have a railroad over here too. I didn't look at the interconnection with other cities, but because I'm only doing one or two... Not too worried about having a huge amount of trade. I don't know if you have other cities or have just the single city in an area. Switch that back to roads. Single city in an area, if that means that there's not enough simoleons. Built it anyhow. If you have trade So if you have just the one, does that mean that... Ooh, we don't want all that. That it will trade with itself? I don't know if it'll go out into the world. With some of the commodities like oil, you can trade on the world market, or at least it pulls prices from the world in the real world, whatever the average is, and then puts it into this game. But I don't know if that is the case if you just have regular industry, commercial, all that good jazz. Sewage outflow. Look at this. We'll check our water first, because I know I've got a healthy amount of water, and when I get out to the point that, see, if I need to treat the water with one of the big massive sewage treatment plants, or one of these guys here, a water pumping station, where you can turn sewage tainted water into drinkable water, it's usually more expensive, so we'll try and avoid that, at least for the moment. Maybe I can... I'll draw another crummy road way out here that can be upgraded later, because this is just going to be for poop. Plenty of poop. Not enough simoleons. Perfect. Well, I've only got the 700. That would make sense. Probably a good time to take out a bond. 25 grand. Because I don't have the Department of Finance, I can't take out larger grants, but that's okay. Or loans, or whatever. Bonds. So we'll go ahead and take this opportunity to drop... Where's trash? Dump. I like to burn all my trash. My understanding is that in Cities of Tomorrow you can recycle trash or repurpose trash. Not in this case. Not at all. So we'll go ahead and let a little bit of this pile up. We'll extend this and drop another one of the dumping stations. Because we only have a few people. I think that's good. 5 grand per garbage truck anyhow. I'm not gonna lose too much sleep about that. I know that having this narrow road over here is not ideal, but for me to drop tens of thousands of dollars on just one avenue way out here when I expect to redevelop this a little bit later, you know, it's not necessarily the wisest course. So we'll just go ahead, sit with this. We've got power. Let's check all of our stats here. 1.4 megawatt excess, and got 10 kilogallons available. Sewage is being treated. Population is... Oh, we don't have any history here, but it's growing. Already up to almost 3,000 people. So the goal of 20,000 is probably going to be achieved pretty quickly. But that's not too bad. Maybe we can have a moving target. 30 grand for a police station. That's still a ways away. Let's speed things up. We've got a little bit more cash, and it's nighttime. But I'm getting a feeling... Unemployment crisis. Workers need jobs, zone, industrial or commercial. We still have a high commercial demand. So maybe we'll just throw some right out here along the edges. Which is fine. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and make this the high wealth area. Where not too bad. Our population has slowed down just a bit. And we're going to take out another loan so that I can drop a police station. Don't care too much about... Don't care too much about the loss in hourly revenue. Rather have the cops than not have the cops. We'll drop a school here soon. Probably extend this avenue because all those buses take up space. I remember the harrowing days of SimCity launch when you couldn't log in and there were a lot of pathing issues for the agent system, the thing that governs all of the materials like oil shipments and power and the water delivery and all the little Sims going to their jobs. It had pathing issues where even if there was a less trafficked area, for instance, if someone was trying to get here, there's a ton of traffic here, they wouldn't just go around to get there. They would just sit and sit and sit. So if there was a fire, for instance, at the town hall, I don't know if it can catch fire, but if there was a fire and the fire department had to come from all the way around here, pardon me, had to come from all the way around and just sit in this traffic, town hall would have burned down. But instead of them just going around or cutting through traffic, and rerouting. It has since been fixed as far as I've read, and I've noticed that it's generally better sometimes, especially in very, very packed cities that I've had where they're pushing 50,000, 100,000 people, and everything is really concentrated. I've still seen a fair number of businesses burn down, buildings, houses, but I don't know how avoidable that is, because as a simulated city, sometimes there's traffic in the way, and if you're in a place like New York, streets are pretty narrow for the amount of traffic that's on them. If there's an emergency, sometimes it just isn't possible for hundreds of cars to move out of the way if there's nowhere for them to go. We've got some more commercial coming in here, which is good. Nice little building sounds. Even at night. Look at this. It's, what, 3 in the morning? These gentlemen, gentle ladies, have not stopped building, although they do all have the same pickup truck, which I find a little conspicuous. But, you know, whatever. That's great. Fine. They're doing work. They're getting paid. Making sure that buildings will start opening. Businesses, rather, will start opening. That's all beautiful. Well, it is the dawning of a new day, and look at this. We're up to 20,000 simoleons. Population is holding steady. Industry over here is already churning. Business is good.